blessing, so that peace may be with you. All praise go on to the Most High. In time, we will have become an army that has come to stomp out the beast and his worthless tricks, only to come to go about deceiving the very nature of you and me. Parlor tricks they play, so some may be afraid, but there's a war at hand. It is time that you go about making your choice and where you go about standing. The days of idleness, standing by and allowing things to come forth, is unacceptable. The weak suffer when good people stand by and do nothing. Stand up. Do what's right. You see, when the days of my youth, leaving one of my cousin's house, driving through this alley, when I'm confronted by a couple, and at first glance, it seemed like an ordinary conversation. But driving through that alley, you could see how the escalation from a whisper turned to a shouting. Upon driving by, me and the guy, we locked eyes, as if to know that this day would change our very existence going forth in life. So as I'm driving by, this guy grabs his female and is shaking her violently. But being that person that is not willing to let abuse take place, I put the park and jump out. And upon jumping out, my man strikes her. But before he could see that I was coming, I seen the fear in this man's eyes, as if he realized that he was going to die. Having no affiliation with this female whatsoever, I just could not go about standing by and letting a man beat on a female. So, in approaching this guy, he starts to back up. And as he's backing up, I am proceeding. But I only merely approached the guy to go about telling him, this anger that you feel inside is because you have not resided in love. You demonstrate physical abuse to go about showing how shallow you really are inside. My attention turned to the female, and I told her, why don't you try love? Try loving yourself. When you go about loving yourself, then others will go about loving you. Physical abuse is no way to go about getting recognition. You are not to be blamed or to be faulted because things went wrong. You see, we're all looking for that scapegoat in order to go about demonstrating how strong we think we are. But when life confronts us with another male, somebody more stronger, we don't fight back. We retreat and become that child that is afraid. And with that, it taught me a lesson. Yes, you're taught from a very young age, a husband and a wife business should be refrained from, because they will turn around and attack you. But we never know how things will go about unfolding. I could have took the approach and stomped this dude out, but he would not have learned the most valuablest lesson, in that he carries on in this format, because that was a template that has been displayed and demonstrated to him. So he carries on in believing and thinking and knowing that this will go about bringing change. But if we look closely, if that was your mama, what would you have done? If that was your sister, if that was your daughter, that is a perfect stranger. Don't allow wickedness to present itself in your sight and you go about calling yourself doing the right thing. Stomp out wickedness. Now that's my blessing. 1.